Hi, Terence.
Hello.
Hello.
It put me into a lobby.
Because I am the host now.
But I hadn't set a lobby.
You didn't. Oh, you hadn't set a lobby. It's good. It's good. Lobby is good because if people start coming now, it wouldn't be nice.
Yeah, but we don't know that they're there. But okay. Why would it not be nice? What are you about to say?
It wouldn't be. Sorry, what? It wouldn't be nice.
Why not?
No.
We show them what's happening in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can. The host can see when there is someone in the lobby. Okay, so now I'll make you the host, and I will go.
No need to make me the host.
Because you're going to present. You're going to. I have to leave as Jane. And then
Right.
I have to come back as myself.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I'm just downloading the PowerPoint.
Okay, I'm going to make you host. I'm going to leave, and then when I join, I will be in the lobby.
Okay. I might let you in. Maybe we should have first run, but I can let people in. It'll be fine. Obviously, I'm a professional.
You are host now, and I am leaving now. Thank you for letting me in.
How are things for you? How's work going?
Yeah, work is okay. Oh, Chris is messaging me. Let me find out what he's asking.
Wanting to be admitted. There you go.
Oh, okay.
I've gone crazy with power now.
Hi, Chris. Are you in? You're mute. You're on mute. Cool.
I think it takes some time to get the audio, doesn't it?
Hello, hi, Terence.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. We can't see your video yet.
Yeah. I'll see.
Yay, there we go.
Yay. Very good.
What's that behind you, Terence? Is that phones?
That is a Star Wars collection.
Oh my God. Where did you get that from?
But not the old ones, the new ones. So they're all new stuff.
Excellent.
My plastic addiction, shall we say. Where any spare money goes. But don't tell my wife that.
So where are you guys based?
I am in Telford, well, just outside sunny Telford.
Okay.
I am in Cambridge. I used to work in Telford with the Terence, there where we founded this meetup.
Okay, interesting.
What about yourself, Chris?
Yeah, I'm in Bristol.
Okay.
Yeah, Louis is in Bristol.
Yes, yeah. He told me about this this meetup on Sunday evening as I was about sleeping. And he was like, can you give a talk on this? I'm like, okay, I'm thinking of something. So yeah, it's quite good. It's a good.
Yeah, I'm not very organized, so I keep
You're more organized than I am.
I keep chasing people last maybe a week before or 2 days before I go panic. Oh, I haven't found a speaker yet.
It should be good.
Hmm.
So, what did Lewis tell you? So just
About us.
yeah.
He just said, Chris, please, could you come and give a talk on anything? I'm like, okay, I'll think of something. So then this idea came about product strategy.
Yeah.
Said, okay, I'll come and talk about how product strategy empowers teams.
Yeah.
Because I really believe in that. I do that a lot with all the teams I work with. It's all about empowering them. But how do you empower them when they are being told what to do?
Yeah.
There's the empowerment there. That's a roadmap. Just jump on it, get it done. Then you get a scrum master, and they're like, you know what? Go and empower them. It's just making a full area of the whole thing. It doesn't work.
The good news is you're going to have lots of very interesting people because the audience. Yeah. I think it's fair to say, Prem, everyone we have is just like they're like sponges. All the presentations, they love it. So it's really good.
That's great. Yeah. It's good to have an audience that is quite enthusiastic, very eager, ask questions and all.
So I don't know if Prem's already asked you this. Are you okay with us recording this?
It's okay.
I assumed you'd asked, Prem, but I thought I'd just double check.
I've asked already. I don't care. It's fine. It's very well.
Do you want people to wait until the end to ask questions, or do you want them to ask questions as you're going through?
Let me ask as we go, because how long is this for? Is it for 2 hours?
How long would you like it to be, Chris? There's my diplomatic answer.
Just 1 hour.
Yeah, that's fine. So what the
because something came up. I was about sending a text to Prem, but I felt it would be good I just say something came up and I have to leave the house like 7:30.
Okay. In which case I will charge through the introductions and everything else, okay. And we'll get you talking, and we'll just get people in. Okay. The last questions we don't normally sort of say, and you might have already got it if you've got slides, contact details if they're all right to contact you and things like that.
Oh, you mean my contact details?
Yeah, if they're okay to connect with you on LinkedIn or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Because we get some people who are like, oh, this is the topic I've been waiting for, and then they want to take all of your time. Okay. And, or they just got that genuine passion, and they're like, I want to learn more from this person, and I wonder if I can just ask them this question.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
It's always nice.
Yeah, I do the same, to be honest. So that's fine.
Oh, cool. So you're not going to believe this, Prem. Oh man, the work I'm doing at the moment, I just feels like I'm turning an oil tank around, and someone else keeps on taking control of the wheel and steering it back to where it was. It's just a roller coaster of just successes and failures. I'm like, oh, well, that didn't work. Let's try the next thing. And then, yay, we've worked. Something's worked. And then day after, no, it hasn't.
You are doing enterprise coaching, right?
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be, yeah. I'm not sure how much of that coaching is actually getting through, and how much. There are bits. We've had major successes. So they've gone from, or what they call major successes, they've gone from a release every 6 months to trying to do a release every 2 months.
Okay, that's good.
So that's it. Like compared to what I'm used to, it feels like a really like, oh wow, once every 2 months. But if I put myself in their mindset, it's probably like, oh, we're going so fast.
Yeah. Sometimes, sometimes it is better to go radical and not reduce the frequency. I mean, not go by reducing the frequency, because you're doing exactly same thing more number of times. Other than that, you are not really changing the mindset, or you're not really doing anything different. You're doing exactly same thing. It's just more number of times. It might, sometimes it is good to just completely shake things up and then said, let's go, look, you got this ready, let's release today. And that might be too scary.
Oh, are you admitting people to the room?
No, I can't even see. I'm not the host.
Only I can see, right? I best start admitting people to
make me a host. While you present, I can keep admitting people. So make me a host. I can make you present. You can present as well. At the same time, I can keep admitting. I am the host. Right. Let me share screen. Multiple people can share screen. Now can you check whether you can share screen?
I will check. Yeah, of course. And I can share.
You can share screen, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me check to see if I can share screen.
Yeah.
Okay, you can share. Good.
It never lets me do the double click thing. There we go. Right, I can share. Over to Chris. Can Chris share?
Want to test it out?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, you can. Okay, fantastic. Now I can admit people.
Yeah, excellent.
We are live on YouTube, so keep telling that to everyone.
That reminds me of some TV. I can't remember what TV program it used to be, where it's, you're live on TV, don't swear. It was the immediate thing they used to always say.
Yeah. When I edit it, it doesn't allow me to edit and save as a different video. It only allows me to edit and save it on the same video. I want to edit as 2 sets. One is just our chat, and the one just the talk. The talk I can publish separately, and the chat I can store for our memories. But
you mean your record, Terence? You said you were going to do this. Look, I've got it. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I wonder why it doesn't let you do that.
Yeah, it's not letting me do that. Maybe I should explore. But when I explored, they're all saying that you will have the button save us, but I am not seeing that button save us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is to do with my Chrome version, maybe.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm. I need to go and check my heating.
Okay. Prem, how am I supposed to let people in?
I am letting people in.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I'm going to go and check.
No, I am checking heating.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Checking heating, yeah. When people are here, I will be able to see them and I can let them in.
I am going into the office tomorrow for the first time in
2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 18 months, I think it's got to be.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's not even to the building that I was last in, because we closed that building down. Yeah.
Where are you? Which building are you going to?
I'm going to what's known as Phoenix.
Yeah, I know Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, of course you do. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm out of. We gave up the floor in that plaza building, and the customers said that they're only providing desks for their own people. So
okay.
No third party.
Not their own people. You are not their own people.
No. no, you've got to be one of it. Got to have the right badge. And we're doing it right across everywhere. Newcastle, Telford, Worthing, everywhere.
Mm.
So we're back into a Capgemini building in Telford now. So, yeah, should be interesting.
Mm. Can you work from home? Always.
Pretty much. That's what. So I've looked at the number of people we've got on the different teams.
Mm.
I've looked at the number of desks we've got, and I've worked it out that I might need to go back into the office 4 times a year. so that's if they keep the distancing in place and things like that. I was just like, yeah, I think I can cope with that. So yeah, I don't have it's not like, you know, I don't have a team that's actually physically located in the same place anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can say, hey, let's all have a proper retrospective. Let's all meet up and properly talk things through, because it's a distributed team anyway. We're based in London and Newcastle and Telford and Shipley, so it's nice. Hi, Matt.
Hi there, Evans.
Hi.
So I thought it looked like I'm looking above you. I've got a camera on the laptop and I'm watching it on a different screen. So yeah, I am watching. So.
I do it all the time. So hopefully we'll get a few more people joining us and we'll start in a few minutes.
Hi, Lucas. Can we ask you where you are from, Lucas?
It's on mute at the moment.
Yeah.
I do wonder if everyone's seen me put in the joining details for the Zoom call.
I have put in this joining.
You put it in as well? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt the joining details were really well posted. Actually, it was quite easy to find them. So thank you.
Good. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, we are like.
How is everybody today then?
Yeah, we are good.
Good.
How are you, Matt?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah. Okay.
Should we wait for maybe a couple of minutes, Chris?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Or we can, what do you say, Terence? Because Chris has to leave, we can start and people can watch playing back.
Yeah, We'll do it that way, and then people can watch the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'll just do my bit anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, welcome to the Telford Agile Meetup. I'm Terence Darling.
We can't see
with
your
me.
We can't see your screen yet.
I wasn't going to share it.
Okay.
And with me, telling us we can't see my screen is. Do you want to introduce yourself?
It's all right. Go for it.
So we will cut to the chase. Tonight we've got Chris, who's going to give us a talk about the secret sauce of empowered product teams. So without further ado, we'll go over to Chris. There you go.
Cool.
And Chris is sharing already. So.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. So I'll be talking about the secret sauce of empowered product teams. Now, before I dive into the meat of this gist, I think it would be good to really think about the word empower. What does that really mean? This is the dictionary meaning of empower. It says, give someone the authority or power to do something. And this empowerment is something I know, or rather we are aware of, is quite visible. It's quite visibly talked about in the Agile world. One of the principles of the Agile manifestos is build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to do the job. Yeah. However, in reality, this is what we have. So we have, most organizations, this is how they're set up. This is how they are really structured. You have a situation where ideas come from leadership or from anyone with power, and they say, okay, this is those ideas that kind of get formulated in a business case. Then roadmaps are generated. You have requirements. You call the design people to say, okay, guys, go and design this. This is what we want. And they go on to design. Once they've done that, they're like, okay, you know what? We need a team now. Yeah. And they assemble a team. Then the next thing is, I think we could use Agile on this. Then quickly they get a Scrum Master. And here you go. They say, go and empower them. Yeah. So in this way of working, the focus on Agile is there in the delivery theme. It's all about delivery. It's all about getting stuff done. It's all about empowering them, so to speak. So how do you empower a team like this? Because you could see that the teams, they don't have any say on the roadmap. They're just being told to do stuff, and you just need to get on with it. They don't, most times, they really do not understand why they are building what they're building, but they're asked to do it anyway. And at the same time, you have these delivery leads or Scrum Masters being asked to empower the teams. So how cool is that? How can you do that? Now, I went on to speak with some of my colleagues in the industry about this word empowerment. What does it really mean to you? How do you empower your teams? And these are some of the words that came out. Somewhere like, you need to change the mindset of the team. Probably you need a Scrum Master or a product owner. Oh, okay, you know what, Chris? I think what they need is a team charter. Or you need to build trust. I mean, talking about trust, do you really think these leaders or leadership, they trust the team? Is that how to build trust in a team? So if you enable them to have trust, or you give them trust, or you trust them in working in this way, does that really empower them? Well, I guess your guess is as good as mine. Now, essentially, there are two kinds of organizations. I'm giving this talk based on my own experience, what I've seen. You have one that exists to serve the business. In those kind of organizations, all you hear about is things like, oh, the business needs to give us the requirements. Then you have IT. So there's this dichotomy between IT and the business. So it seems as if the business is the boss, the IT is the servant, so to speak. So we exist to serve the IT and part of these organizations, they exist to serve the business. And this is what the great one, Marty Kagan, this is what he calls a mercenary model, which is quite funny. They are mercenaries because they just do what they're asked to do. No questions asked, just get on with it. Then you have this other team which he classed as the missionary model. Here he says they are empowered to serve the customers in ways that meet the needs of the business. So here you find that teams are given problems to solve. Yeah, it's not about giving them throwing roadmaps on their face to just get on with it, but they are instead giving this problem, this particular business problem or customer problem, whatever it is, to go and figure it out. Here they say, this is the objective, guys, that we're after, and this is how we're going to measure. This is how we are going to measure success. Now, go on and figure it out. So which of these two here do you think is really empowered? Anyway, I'll talk more about the missionary model shortly. So the question is, how do we really empower our product teams? What do we need to do? Is it really psychological safety? Yeah. Is it trust? I mean, what does that really mean? Or is it having a mindset? What is a mindset? What does that mean in this context? Is it about allowing them to talk? Okay, if they talk, so what? Now, let me share with you some of the books that really inspired me, or that have really inspired me over the years. These are some of my favorite books on empowerment. Empowering Product Teams. Inspired Marty Kagan. He's my idol. Stevie Bungay, for me, is the god of strategy. And all these other people here, they are all great. They are all great in what they do. Melissa Perry, I really adore her. I like her approach to product management. These people, they inspire me in how I go about enabling my teams or organizations, for in a sense of agility. Because you can't say you're agile if you're being told to do something in a particular way. You're not given any room to kind of come up with ideas on how to solve problems. It will be difficult. Now, empowered product teams are all about giving teams hard problems to solve and then giving them the space to solve them. So you give them a problem, then give them the space because you trust them. So there's trust here. You can see there's trust because I've given you my objectives. I've said, these are the objectives. This is a success criteria. Now go and do your stuff because I trust you. I trust your judgment. All they are after here, organizations are after here is, did you solve the problem? Did you, okay, how far have you got? Have you really achieved the outcomes that we are after? Those kind of language, that's what you hear. And in this kind of environment, teams are very, very empowered. They feel empowered. They feel that they are being heard or listened to, compared to the other approach, if the mercenary approach, where you're given a bunch of roadmaps and you're asked to just get on with it. So this is the approach that I am actually advocating for, that we should all be aware of. As agilists, as agile coaches, scrum masters, delivery leads, everyone should be thinking like this. Otherwise, I don't really see how you will say you are empowering your teams. I don't know how you're going to do it. Now, let me break this further. When I say product strategy, this is the hierarchy I'm really thinking about. So I am saying a product should have a vision. Why are we doing it? What is the benefit? What is the customer benefit or the business impact we're after? How do we measure success? How do we come up with options? All these things, working like this, you kind of it makes the work much, much more interesting for the product teams, because you've given them a vision. Then the strategy, everybody sits down to agree the strategy on how we are going to do this. Yeah. Now, you don't tell them how they do it. You give them, it's like giving them it's like giving someone a, what do you call it now? A compass, and you ask him to find his way. You've given them a direction, but just get on with the work. Tell us how far you've gone with achieving those outcomes. But this is the approach that we need to adopt. Having a vision, having a strategy, having the roadmaps. And the roadmaps I'm talking about here, they are not your usual feature roadmaps. I'm talking about outcomes focused roadmaps. I'll show you in a bit what I mean. When we work like this, your teams become empowered. Because you've given them the leverage to do stuff. You're not controlling. The only place leadership comes here is here. They come, they set the vision, they set the strategic intent. Let me go to the next page. They set a vision, they have a strategic intent. Then we have the product initiatives, and then you have the options. The options are really features. This is where the development team comes in. But the thing guiding them is this. It all starts from the vision. So there's an alignment and a focus on what the business wants, on what the team wants to achieve. Everything is aligned. No one is going to ask you, have you finished the requirements? Nobody's going to ask you those questions. All they'll be asking is, what about the outcome? Did we achieve it? Are you hitting your goals? Are you measuring your success? Are we failing? Are we winning? You have something to hold on. So teams become much more empowered like this. They become much more kind of interested in what they do, because it is like saying they now have a stake in their job. They have a stake in it because they are the ones that came up with the solution. No one said you should work in a particular way. You came up with your own approach. And we are saying, yes, it's fine as long as it solves the problem. So this is what I am talking about. Now, I'll go further to show you some tools which I use. I do all this every day with whatever organization I engage with. These are some of the things I do for me to really have alignment or focus of what they are trying to achieve. I equally use this opportunity canvas. This one is made famous by another guru called Jeff Patton. He's like a mentor for me as well. This you can really see here how you extract this information from the business or whatever they are called. Here you're asking questions like, who are the users for this particular solution? Which problems are we trying to solve here? How does it work today? What's the business challenge? The customer outcome, business impact. Then the possible features. Here, nobody is going to take the features to the delivery team. They are the ones that will come up with the features themselves. The features that they know will solve these problems here. This is how empowerment is given to product teams. And these are some of the tools that we use. You can see here also, we're talking about the key results. How do you know that you're winning? Because you just cannot be building stuff for the sake of it. I've worked with so many teams in the past where you ask them, why are they doing exactly? Tell me why you're building this gym. And he's like, you know what, Chris, I don't know. You need to speak with the senior manager. He said I should do this. Then at times I ask them, how do you know that what you've done is being used by your customers? And they're like, they don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to speak with finance. So you can see the disjoints and the kind of misalignment in all these kind of organizations. And the funny thing is, as we speak, most organizations still work like this. They still work in the other way. I mean, they work by throwing roadmaps to different teams and just asking them to just get on with it, do your stuff and get out of there. Because they don't really trust them. They believe they need to come up with the requirements themselves. I've been in places where you hear senior leadership being involved with features. They'll be talking about, oh, do you think this particular solution needs a PDF? Or maybe we'll use Excel or whatever. They're already solutionizing the problem. without discussing it with the product team itself that really has the knowledge and capacity to do more, but they just end up restricting them to building. You just go and come and do your Java thing or your C# and go away. So at the end of the day, most times they have disjointed piece of work. Yeah. This is the outcome-focused roadmap I was talking about. So when I started any gig at all, wherever I go, the first thing I want to ask is, can you show me a roadmap? Once I see the roadmap, I can tell if the particular organization is aligned towards being a mercenary or a missionary. And mostly they are all mercenaries. Everybody comes with different features. These are the things we're building. And when I ask them, okay, what does this really mean? Where are the outcomes we're after here? Just show me the outcomes. So we need to see the outcomes. And then you just can hear a pin drop because usually there's silence. So these are some of the things I believe we should be doing as Agilists. If we really say we want to be agile, I believe strongly that this is how we need to be building products or product teams. Yeah. And to take it down further, this is the approach I am really talking about. Working with a vision, a strategic intent, adopting the discovery or delivery mode of working or building products, and using OKRs to actually drive this whole process. And it makes life easy for everyone because leadership, they don't need to be asking teams, what are you working on, team A or team B? They can see from their own dashboard, at the strategic level, the progress being made. And it's a beauty to see. If you see this thing working very well in organizations, you love it. It just makes life easy for everyone, and it brings that alignment and focus for the business. According to Marty Kagan, he said, the true test of empowered teams are competent people and giving teams problem to solve and focusing on outcomes. True. If you go back now to your teams or organizations you work on, if they're not following either of these three, then trust me, they are not empowered. If a team is not working according to outcomes, that they want to achieve or problems that they want to solve, they are mostly mercenaries. Yeah. And I know some of us will be asking, okay, but Chris, this is not something that is quite easy to do. But I would say, if you ask me from my own experience, I don't really think it's about not being easy to do. It's about being aware first that this approach really exists. Because I personally do not think a lot of people understand this way of working, that and the kind of alignment that it brings to the organizations, to the teams, to leadership. I don't think a lot of people are aware. There's a lot of literature out there, and you can actually take leverage of them to get better understanding of this way of working. All the big companies that we are all proud of today, like the Netflix, Google, Amazon, this is how they work. This is strictly how they all work. They do not do this mercenary way of working where someone from nowhere just asks you to do something for the sake of it. There's really no articulated vision or strategic intent. At times, you see, the funny thing is this. There might be, those things might be there, but I don't think they don't really lead with it. They don't lead with them. So at some point, it's going to be about who shouts the loudest, that kind of thing. And I personally do not believe that's the way we should be working. So as agile people, or anybody that's really keen on having a very cohesive organization, this is the right way of building products, because you can easily see how all the dots are connected. You can see the way teams are all empowered. Because here we're not talking about just getting the stuff done. We're talking about outcomes. We're talking about measuring those outcomes. Yeah. So once these approaches are adopted, trust me, empowerment comes to the team. That is it, really. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Okay. So, have people got questions for Chris?
Okay.
I know I have got some.
Okay, excellent.
So, one question I was going to ask Chris was about when a team does get that empowerment, let's say you've managed to convince the company to go from mercenary to that missionary, and you start down that path of having an empowered team. Are there any common issues which you've seen occur, or things which we might need to be aware of when those teams do get that empowerment, that maybe have a knock-on effect to other areas? Okay,
the way I advocate this, advocate for this is to start small, because mostly you find initially really leadership are really skeptical about this way of doing things, and they're like, no, Chris, I don't think this is going to work here. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's give it a go with that particular project. So we'll start like that, and as we go along and begin to really clean up our acts and the way we are delivering, we equally begin to learn, along the way, in terms of mistakes, that have made, how we can make this the whole the process much efficient, those kind of things. And you're right with your question. Of course, there are going to be issues, but for me, the focus is not really on the issues, but let the people have this mindset that this way of working is out there and it's simpler. It's a simpler way of doing things. So start from where you are. Don't do that. I'm not advocating for a big bang change overnight, but we just start small and we begin to grow from there.
Okay. Thank you. Has anybody else? Prem's got a question. She's got a hand up. I can see. She's being very professional about it.
Thank you, Chris. That's a really lovely talk, and it's a very important message that people need to hear, especially about agile in organizations when they are going on about the transformations and stuff. How do we start as people who ourselves are not empowered enough in big organizations we walk in, either as agile coaches or product managers or whosoever we are now?
Yeah.
When we given a job to do, a role to do, how do we, within the ecosystem that we can influence, how do we make this to happen? How do we begin this?
Okay, let me give you an example of myself. I walked into this particular organization, and the first thing I asked was, where's your roadmap? These guys have been working for like a year. And when I spoke with the senior director there, he was like, Chris, these guys, I don't know what they're doing here. Yeah. And no one is telling me exactly what they're delivering. And he was getting really nervous that very soon, the senior leaders too, they were questioning him, what are you guys doing? So I said, you know what, just calm down. Let me have a chat with the teams. So I was asking questions too, like, look, guys, you've been working here since, yeah. What outcomes are you after? It was a very simple question, nothing out of the ordinary. And they were just really all over the place. They could not really articulate it. And I said, you know what, guys, we can do this. And what I did was to, you see that table I showed a while ago. Let me show you this one. This?
Yeah.
So I came up with this. I'm like, guys, look, this is what I think we need to do. I know it's like re-engineering this whole thing, but we need to start from somewhere. Yeah. Then we started from the users. Who are the users for this product? What problems are we solving for them? What are the solutions to them? We just went through this big workshop with everyone, product owner and the teams. And by the time we finished, all the outcomes that they were after, they all came out. So we had the outcomes in terms of the teams, we had the key results, we had the objectives, everything was done. So it's about me, first of all, understanding how this whole system works and coaching the teams on how to do it. So the moment we were able to get that done, going forward, they knew exactly what to do. Because out of this opportunity canvas, it's very easy for you to get your roadmap. This is a roadmap. Because the objectives, the teams, and the key results, they are from here. This is a team. This is the key result. This is the objective. So it's pretty much straightforward, you know, and nothing is really, it's not rocket science. That's what I just said, you know, it's not difficult. But the thing is, people really do not even know that this way of working exists. Yeah. Because I don't think I've been anywhere, to be honest. There's no place I have introduced this and I got a lot of resistance from nobody. They like it. Yes, because they said this just brings a lot of clarity to them, you know, for exactly what they're doing. Because before now, when you ask them what are they doing, they struggle with the features, the feature plan that they call roadmap. I call it a feature plan because it's just a bunch of features. If we finish this feature, we jump on this feature. But my question is, if you do all these things, what happens? And that is what this approach helps us to do. It just focuses on the outcomes. What are you trying to achieve? And how do you measure your success?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Chris, has there been any organization where you, or do you know of organizations where you wouldn't use this approach, if that makes sense? Like the areas I'm thinking of are things like medical devices or things like actually possibly government, yeah, where maybe they've already invested a large amount on a particular platform and therefore, while you could empower the teams then might get frustrated because they don't have the flexibility that they would want. I just wondered if you'd come across anything like that when you've been doing this work.
When you said the teams do not have the flexibility they want.
Yeah, I won't name the particular customer, but I know of one particular customer who has made a decision to go in one technical direction. So they will only allow their teams to code in that particular technology. But the teams are still empowered to build what they want, but only if they use that particular technology. Which it feels like they're already handcuffed from the moment they start.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, that can be difficult, especially when you have leaders or leadership that has already made up its mind. This is how we do things here. It can be difficult. Well, at times too, you know. Let's see. All I believe is, no matter how difficult the people are, all you can do is try.
Yeah.
You know, you said just suggest this approach to them. Because me, I lead with this when I go to a place and I just observe that there's a lot of disorganization here. When I ask leadership, what is the strategic intent? Which problems are we solving at the higher level? They struggle to tell me or articulate it. I know there's a problem. Then for me, it means there might just be a way around me, you know, using this to help, to coach them.
Yeah.
And I always look for those kind of loopholes to see if there's some leverage for me to use my approach, which I think is quite good. It's good. It's really for them. I don't have anything. What makes me happy is when they adopt this and they see the kind of they see the way, the clarity it brings, the alignment it brings, not just for the teams, not just to empower the team, but even for leadership as well. Because you don't need to go low level to be asking the teams what they are doing. You can see it from wherever you are.
Yeah.
But because there should be a strategic board that links all the teams straight to the very top level, you know. So I don't think I've seen anyone that doesn't like that. The thing is, we first of all have to be aware that these tools are there. You know, understand these tools, then use them to coach your teams or your organizations. In one organization I worked, when I first brought out this whole idea, I spoke with the team, they loved it. Then I'm like, okay, you know what, we can't do this now. I need to speak with the director. Yes, and that was what I did. So I came up with some presentations to say, look, this is what we do now. And these are the issues we have. However, if we adopt this product strategy approach, these are the benefits I think it will give us. And he listened and thought about it. And he came back to me to say, Chris, I'm sold on this. I like this. You know, and that's the little, I just want the door to be open a little. The moment he said, yes, Chris, we like this. And that was it.
Nice. Cool. Is it anybody else got questions for Chris? Give it a minute. I'll just check if anyone's put anything in the chat. That's the other area. Sorry, I didn't look in the chat. Chris, so I've got one final question. Sorry. What would you say is the biggest obstacle to overcome when moving between that mercenary approach to the missionary approach? Is people, or is there a, sorry, I'm providing answers, sorry. What's the biggest obstacle you've seen?
I think it really is leadership, because at that level, if once they feel, okay, if he starts doing this, it means I don't have any control over these people anymore. Sure, you know, they start pushing back. Yeah. Even though they know their benefits, they push back.
Is that because they feel, like you said, they feel they almost like they don't realize that by giving people power, they are powerful in their own way. That hey, I'm going to empower this team to make their own decisions, and they now have power, and they feel like they're losing power. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I can understand the psychology behind that. Oh, I feel like I no longer have maybe the status as well, but I feel that came with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's got to be something that's very difficult to win people round with.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, it's a tool for you to empower your teams and organizations. At the end of the day, you can only try.
True.
You just try, because you cannot change someone that doesn't really want to change. You can't. It's not something you can force. You know, but you need to show them that, look, this, it will help. and the alignment it brings, the focus it gives the team, the empowerment, you just start talking. It's like giving a pitch. And I'm always happy to talk to them at that level. To say, look, we can make this work, and these are the benefits for you. And this is how you can see. The thing is, they don't really lose control, but that's what they think. They don't. You're still controlling in a way, but not that command and control and controlish way. In the sense that now you are the ones that set the strategic intent. You're the ones that said these are the objectives. Now teams go and come up with your own OKRs, your objectives and key results that aligns with this strategic intent. So, but it takes time, at times, and these things people can be funny. But you will just keep pushing. And I think the more tools we have as agilists, the better. Yeah.
Has anybody got any other questions, Chris? No. Okay.
Hiya, it's Joe.
Joe.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for the interesting presentation.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the view of the OKRs and using the missionary approach in terms of the deliveries and the teams. So my question is is this worked at scale for you then? So you're saying that what size was the team and the leadership that you were working with? How big was the organization? Did you go straight to the top? Did you start in the middle management, as they are called? I'm just interested in your experience of that, please.
Okay, I use this for a department.
So a department level. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, if you can use it for a department, you can use it for the whole organization.
Yeah, I believe that. It's more just, I suppose it's the scope of influence that you have as well, isn't it, in the organization, is what you're saying. So your scope of influence, and I guess that's where it comes from, isn't it, is widening that scope of influence as a coach or aligning with other coaches. That's right. To make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Thank you. It's something that obviously as an organization we are quite broad in terms of teams. So it's taking that next step to try and bring it into place, isn't it, improve it.
Yeah.
At the right level.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, the other thing you can do is to try.
I love that. Thank you. I love that. I'm definitely a trier. Definitely a trier. So thank you. I appreciate that. That makes sense.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing I would ask is for people just to come off mute and please to thank Chris for his presentation. A little round of applause, maybe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
It is a very important message. It is a very important missing piece of the puzzle that the people are not getting it yet. And more power to you. Spread the word and speak at as many places as possible. Get many people to listen. Hope it changes how things are approached.
That's right.
And if we've got questions, Chris, are we okay to contact you via LinkedIn or something if we think of something later on?
That's right. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Cheers.
I
can't get onto the thing. Oh, Lucas is just there.
We're going to present what's next, Terence.
I will. Can you make me a presenter?
You are already. You should be able to.
Oh, I think Chris is down as presenter. He won't let me present anymore.
Can I stop sharing?
Possibly. I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He says, there we go. Right. I am sharing my screen. It tells me I am.
Yeah. You can see your screen.
There we go. So what is next? So the next meetup is on 14th of December. We're going to do an Agile clinic. So it's obviously bring any Agile questions you've got, any issues you've seen, and we'll use the mind hive of all the attendees to try and help out and give suggestions. We don't all have the answers, but you might have just that nugget of wisdom or that little suggestion which helps you on your Agile journey. You can find myself and Prem on LinkedIn. You can, of course, give us feedback. We're very agile. We like taking feedback, good and bad. It's not a problem. There's an email account there, or you can send a message on Meetup or via LinkedIn. This meetup is sponsored by Capgemini and by Jane Johnson's. What's the name of Jane?
Wiser Tribes.
Pardon?
Wiser Tribes.
Wiser Tribes. I was going with Global Tribes, and I knew it wasn't Global Tribes. Wiser Tribes as well. Capgemini have got some open positions at the moment. If you'd like to have a chat about those or get more information, you can contact me on that email address there. There's a couple of positions, as you can see, some in Telford, some in Worthing, some deployable, meaning that you could be on site with any of our customers. Okay, and I will leave it there. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'll see you next month.
See you next month.
Stay safe. Bye.
Terence, do you want to stay?
Yeah, I'll stay on with you.
Few minutes. I will stop recording.